Good morning, everybody. We got Ken Bates morning, Gravely Man morning. There's Kenny's in. Uh, let's see here. Morning, Ken.
Hey, Mark.
Busy week this week?
Nah, just work.
Yeah, I go through that daily.
Yeah.
Not getting any better. Oh boy, long week. Okay, how do I bring this thing up?
It isn't there yet.
No, it'll come up here shortly. Maybe. Who knows?
How was your long haul out west?
Oh, it was good. It was fun. Something different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good morning, Ken.
I got back here, and it was Friday afternoon. Just walked in and put my stuff down, but my phone started ringing. And I'm like, what the heck? Your brother was already here with my trailer. And I was like, holy smokes, that was quick.
Yeah, I was surprised it only took me a couple hours.
That's what he said. Morning, Bocce. Morning, Crystal Lynn.
Hopefully it works for you.
Well, we done put it up on there, but I'm going to have to put some jacks on the two back corners. Because it just, when the tractor goes up on there, it just picks the whole back of the truck up. So I'm going to have to put some jacks down on each corner to hold the trailer whenever the weight goes up on it.
Yeah.
I didn't say nothing.
Oh, I'm surprised.
Morning, Bachi.
I was
Morning, Crystal.
afraid it might have been too steep for the tiller dragging the ground, but if it pushes it down a little bit.
Oh, it pushes it down a lot. The back tires come off the ground on the truck. Morning, Ed.
What's up, bro?
Not much.
Yep, good job on that gate, Ed. But
Thank you.
it pushes down that trailer so bad on the back end when that thing goes up on it, it picks the back wheels of the truck up off the ground.
Maybe you need a Chevy.
Hey,
Oh,
There you go. I don't know. I think I'm just going to have to put two jacks back there on each corner.
I know somebody that's selling one that has, probably be heavy enough to keep the back end down.
How about no?
I've pulled heavier things up on a trailer and it never lifted the rear end off.
Yeah. Morning, Lucky. Yeah, it's been well, I took and I drilled them back there at the back too and anchored that back piece. Put the bolts down through it, through the wooden floor and down through the angle underneath of it.
Yeah, I towed one of those off-road telescoping forklifts.
Uh-huh.
You talk about heavy.
Oh yeah.
Holy moly. Probably the heaviest thing I towed with that truck.
You towed it clear down to Carrollton. I remember that.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you load it on that gate?
No, it came with its own trailer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that gate's pretty stout.
Yeah. Yeah, it shouldn't break like the aluminum ramps did.
No, I went to pick that gate up and it liked to pick me up.
Did you tow the trailer empty then, Mark?
No.
Okay.
No.
It's not as heavy as the one I have on my trailer. But that one on my trailer is like 5.5 foot tall.
Yeah, so but you also got that assist on it too, though.
I didn't.
No.
I put them on.
Yeah, I remember somebody doing that.
It was heavy.
Yeah.
Should have put it on a year before I did.
Yeah, I didn't think that thing weighed that much, but it's a heavy tractor.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be even heavier with the backhoe on it.
A lot of cast iron on it.
Oh yeah.
Before you buy those jacks, Mark, let me look. I might have a couple that we can use at the house here.
Okay.
Equipment.
We might just the trigger jacks for the back corners.
You want equipment jacks so you can unpin them and turn them sideways.
Yeah, that's what these are. They come off a piece of equipment at work, but I think the bracket might be a little tweaked. But we can work with that.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Morning, Perkins.
Hey,
Oh,
Perkins.
We got even Balchi in here. I can't believe she's moving around. And Texans usually sleep a lot.
She's still probably laughing over the Dutch oven joke.
Oh, probably.
She probably had to get on here to make sure Ed was on so she could get her count right.
Yep. Perkins, I come up through Tennessee the other morning there. Morning, Mater.
Yeah, I think we're at like 310 or something like that now.
I think so. We had quite a few this week.
Yeah.
What's that on?
Ed's lives. All those he did this week.
Oh, okay. Wow. I must have missed them all.
You might not have had service out west there.
Yeah. Boy, I went through a heck of a storm. Ooh, man. Lightning, thunder, hail. I was like, holy smokes.
Oh,
Believe it, Sandy did not understand the Dutch oven joke.
yeah, I did. I said my bed's warm.
Oh, it's crazy. So, Ed, did you do anything exciting on your vacation day?
Other than putting the gate on now.
Mm.
But for some odd reason, that's kind of like enjoyable for me doing that shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know waking up at 3:00 yesterday morning kind of put a damper on my evening, but
Yeah.
I fell asleep. I fell asleep about 6:45 and didn't wake up till 9, and then I had to upload a video.
I was just coming in the house at 9 something last night.
Yeah, you got in right before I got in.
Yep. Spent too much time in the shop yesterday. And I did order those hood latch pins.
Did you like him? I
Yeah.
seen them on somebody else's video. They're putting them on a race car, and I'm like, those would be perfect
Yeah.
because the
I like
pin
how
height
they're
is
flush.
and the pin height's adjustable. And you just
Yeah.
push that button and it pops up off. I'm when I go to do my tractor, I think I'm going to order some of them, put 4, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, just push and lift.
Well, you
Yeah.
better get plan B and all that ready because I want to hit that 16th pole
Where's it?
down in Harrison.
Is it the 16th?
Yeah. Yeah, the wife sent another tractor pull over yesterday.
I didn't send nobody over.
I was in the shop and somebody comes pulling in there. They come flying in there blowing the horn. And I'm like, what the heck is going on out here? So I walk out of the shop and there's old John and his wife. But everybody that pulled our class down there is dead, Ed. They all passed away.
Passed away or retired.
Well, the only two I know of was Cecil and Don. They both passed away.
Well, Whitehead, he retired though.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he sold out to Don.
Right. But I'm saying, Yep.
Then I just got told yesterday that Sean moved away.
Yep.
He went to Virginia. So,
Oh, he moved to Virginia.
yeah, he went down to where his wife was at.
Oh.
Well, that's where her family and her shop and everything else is at.
Yeah. Morning,
Family.
baby.
It's no wonder they didn't.
Well, she has a good job down there too.
Yeah.
Real good job.
What's that, Ken?
It's no wonder they didn't put a polling schedule out. There's no way to put one out.
There's not even a class. If me and Ed don't run, there won't even be a class down there for that.
So we'll get some more plaques this year that we never pick up.
Yeah.
Class? What are you talking about?
Yeah, you guys we never did go yesterday.
Last
year.
Our first and second place points plaques.
We didn't go.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
From 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we didn't go at all last year.
Yeah. Well, I'll be busy all next week with graduation, but then I'm on vacation a week after that. So,
right.
That's whenever I need to. That's when I'm planning on getting everything moved around in the shop and getting stuff out. So,
yeah, I'm gonna get hers wrapped up, and then I'm gonna get that 16 out and get it done so that it's ready to go, and then I'll get that other stalker out. So I'll take at least 3 down.
Well, maybe I'll get my Pose twin out, see if I can get it running.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt because they're needing tractors down there.
Yeah. The only problem with that is I'll have to borrow Kenny's trailer to take everything down.
Well, you can bring one down and put it on my trailer because I'll only have 3 to go down.
Yeah. Well, that stalker's kind of, I think it's actually longer than our modifieds and a little wider.
Yeah, it might be.
I'll have to put the Firestones back on it unless those turf tires are holding air.
Yeah. Actually, I think the Firestones would do better anyway down there.
Yeah.
On that track.
I think I might have to put those on rims. I can't remember if those are still on rims or not.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Oh, as much as flipping around and stuff as I've done with tires.
Yeah. There's a set of egg tires on rims here.
Yep, those are 23s. Not 26s.
Yeah, I got 3 sets of 23s and I got 6 sets of 26s.
But
I should have those in the back of that truck when it was here the other day to get them on my way.
There you go.
But I also got to get my personal lawnmower up in my garage and get a new deck belt ordered for that thing.
You still fighting that?
I never did anything with it last summer, because I couldn't find the right belt for it. But now I found the right belt, but there's 2 different ones, so I gotta get it up here and find the ID tag on it and make sure I'm getting the right length. Is that a half size belt? No, it's a 3/8 wide belt.
Right.
But when you go to like MTD's website or any of the other websites and stuff, or look in the store, it's a 1/2 inch belt. It doesn't ride down in the pulley on the deck deep enough, and it keeps throwing it off. You have to have the 3/8 wide belt to get back in the pulley.
Right.
And I found a website, only Cubs or something like that. I forget what the name of the website is. I got it saved on my computer at work, and they sell the OEM, and it says right in it 3/8 belt for those mower decks.
Yep. Morning, Scott.
Hey, RS.
Morning, RS. Scott's trying to finish up his day, huh?
They're always late on Saturdays.
That's supposed to be your finish up day, though.
But at least they only got 1 trailer tonight. Yeah.
There you go. So how's the dad hanging in there?
Oh, he's just waiting for me to come and get him in a couple weeks.
There you go.
Doctor told me shouldn't do this and shouldn't do that. I guess he flipped off the doctor and told him to eat shit and live.
Yeah, they kind of get cranky as they get older, you know.
Hey, he says, hey, you said I ain't gonna be around by Christmas. If I am, it'll be my last. He said, I'm gonna go have fun.
There you go. But that's sad to hear that after all he went through.
The only thing I can't let him do get him to do is he wants to do it. He wants to go see his old neighbor. I said, yeah, I don't think I could get.
Yeah. Everybody, Lucky wants to know: would you guys like him to go up on a panel and watch him fish? Hey, whatever you
sure.
gotta do.
Let him fish.
Watch Briggs drive.
I want to watch him catch. I want to watch him catch the fish and eat the fish, not throw it back. Eat the dang thing.
And RNS is cooking dinner.
We haven't even had breakfast yet.
Yeah, we're still working on trying to find breakfast, and you're already on dinner, RNS. Wow. Rain equals pain.
Yeah, my father wants to go see his old neighbor from when he was a kid in Scranton,
Oh, okay.
Mr. Joe Biden himself. I said, I don't think that's possible. No, my father did. He lived 3 doors down from Joe Biden when he was a kid in Scranton.
Wow.
I don't think you'd remember him fondly.
I don't have too good of memories with Scranton. That's where they arraigned me at.
Oh, my family was in Scranton over 100 years before we came north. We didn't come to New York until the 50s.
Wow. I've only ever had 2 arraignments. One was in Providence, Rhode Island, and one was in Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Arraignments, what you do? Go rob a sicko?
No. Providence was logbook and overweight ticket. And then Scranton, Pennsylvania was a guy pulled a gun on me and my baseball bat won over the gun. Uh-oh. Somebody's out there fishing.
It's not that warm out, is it?
Probably cold up there.
We had snow up here last night going up here. I couldn't believe it.
Oh, I know it got cold. We had a frost warning and stuff.
I'm still at 40 degrees, but it was cold enough to snow.
Yeah.
Hopefully it got cold enough to kill off the weeds in my flower beds.
There you go.
Good.
Anything that'll keep you from having to pull them, that's a good thing.
Well, I've always heard that if you get a goat, put it around the house there, it'll clean up any weeds you got. Flowers, briars, everything.
Yeah, goats are too expensive now. It's cheaper to hire a landscaper.
Well, yeah. Get your goat and you keep it over there at Ken's. Then when you need weed eating, you bring him over and let him go to town.
Hey, my uncle's got a goat he's getting rid of. I can get you a goat.
Things are pretty expensive anymore though around here.
Yeah, he's got 3 goats and he's got to get rid of one of them. He's got one that hasn't been that don't know how to keep his pants up, so to speak. Likes to chase the other ones around.
Oh boy.
And there's only he's got 3 three male goats, and the other male goat thinks the other are girls.
Wow. Morning, Breezy.
Hi, Breezy.
Yeah, but those hood pins look like they'll work pretty good. I'm just kind of curious about them plastic push pieces, but I went ahead and ordered them, so we'll see.
Well, they make other manufacturers. I looked them up on Summit. That's where they got them from on that video. They were $26. They were $26 a piece there.
Oh yeah.
I figured 4 for $20 be worth a try.
Yeah, it come out to like 27 or something like that.
Yeah.
But I went on and I got them, so hopefully next weekend I can get that hood put back together and be able to lock it down, and it'll be pretty much ready to go. Then we'll have to get Ken to go down there on the 16th.
I don't know if I'll be able to make it. I got to work that day.
I don't think you do.
Yeah, I got a freedom walk to go do with one of my clients.
Oh, okay.
And it runs 1 to 4, so right in the middle of the freaking day.
Yeah, it starts down there. I think weigh-in's what, at 9? 4 at 10?
Yeah. Before you drill those holes in the hood itself, Mark,
Uh-huh.
let me see one. I might be able to get a punch out tool from work that'll actually punch the hole in the deck lid instead of drilling it.
Yeah, because if I mess up that paint on that hood, I'm going to be sick.
Yeah.
How much time as it took me to paint that thing?
You're going to be in trouble.
I ain't worried about being in trouble. I'm used to being in trouble.
Yeah, these things are like for electricians, the punch outs for like boxes and stuff.
Okay.
It's a die that actually punches it out, doesn't drill it. So
Right.
I've used them a few times on different stuff, and they work slick as snot. So
Yeah. Well, that other hood, whenever we go to mount that motor, it's going to be a lot of cutting on that because of the heads that are sticking up so far.
yeah,
You know, take some time on that hood.
hey Mark, can you mute Lucky? There you go. That the wind. Yeah, the wind was getting a little loud in the old headphones.
Oh, I bet.
We had 40-mile wind up here last night.
Yeah, it got pretty windy down here. I don't know what it was or anything, but by the time I come in, the temperature had really dropped.
It was fun. It was fun when I had an empty trailer back there. It was just going back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you this, Briggs. This guy, I run across this guy. He was hauling 353 footers for Fat Axe on the turnpike.
Yeah.
And he said that pays better than anything. He said, other than that tail whip.
Yeah.
Have you ever hauled the 53s?
Yeah, I do it about once a week.
Yeah. But I tell you what, he must have had some horsepower because he was pulling pretty good out through there.
What, was it ground or freight?
It was freight.
Yeah. They got oversized engines.
Yeah, he was pulling pretty good for having 353s on, and his dollies, instead of being single tire dollies, it was duals.
Yep.
Yeah, he was carrying on pretty good. We come across there 70, 75, 80 mile an hour, and he hung right in there. He'd fall off a little bit, but not much. But I mean, he pulled good out through there.
And he was probably in a single axle day cab.
No, he was in a Kenworth. He was in a
Oh, okay.
white KW sleeper truck, and he had a pretty nice outfit. I believe he was an owner out.
It's not what you think.
No, freight's all company, but he must have been one of the over road company drivers.
Yeah.
News.
He said,
News.
true or not, I don't know, but he said he just drops his trailers right there at the turnpike. There's places where he drops out and switches out trailers and can goes on across and drops them 3 trailers and picks up empties to make his turnaround coming back.
Yep.
Or there'll be freight coming back. But he just drops right there. He pulls off in a lot like it, right off the pike, and breaks them down.
Yep. And when they fill up, they have to disconnect and bobtail to a station and fill up.
Right. It was pretty cool setup. I was checking it out. To have 353s like that, man, that's a lot of room.
Yeah, that's the only place they're allowed is on the turnpike.
Yeah.
You make sure
Must be getting in some bad areas, Scott.
Yeah.
Now he's back.
But yeah, it was pretty nifty ordeal. I was checking it out. I run with him, I don't know, probably about 3 hours across there. And then he had to go into one of them things to drop his back trailer. Now, how do they stage them trailers out? Is it the heaviest one on your drives and then the lighter and then the lighter, or how does that work?
Yep. Heavy in the
Okay.
front, light in the rear.
Okay. That'll help with that tail whip.
I like them heavy in the front and light in the rear.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a few lot lizards out there just like that, Ed. You just go drive truck. You'll find one.
Yeah, but they're not nothing to talk about.
I say I wouldn't make no money. Spend it on lot lizards.
Oh, no. Some of those lot lizards do it for free. They like those guys with the long beards. Hell, you could borrow Mark's rig. You don't need a special license just to bobtail. Just drive over to pretend you're a trucker and go. There's a couple of them over there in Hebron, Ohio, Hebrew, Ohio there, at that pilot that like the guys with the beards. I've seen them there.
I don't think Mark wants that in his truck.
What's that, Ed?
So I don't think Mark wants that in his truck.
Absolutely not, and never will happen. Huh.
Go rent one then.
Wow.
Is your garage door working okay, Ken?
Yep. Mom finally parked in there last night.
Did they have to rewind the spring or put a new one on it?
Put a new one on it, broke.
Two new ones,
Yeah.
I think.
Wow.
Yeah, you always put them together.
Yeah, he asked if you wanted the old ones. I'm like, no.
They could have been helper lifts for trailer gate.
These are the coils that go over the top.
Torsion
Oh.
rings.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta find some tires for my trailer.
Boy, it looks
Sam's Club.
I'm gonna look there. I'm also gonna look on Amazon and stuff too.
Does he remember things?
Are you a member of Sam's?
I'm not, but I know a bunch of people that are.
Yeah.
Tractor Supply has them too.
Last time I checked at Tractor Supply, they were actually cheaper if I bought them on Amazon, rim and all.
Right.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying Tractor Supply has
Yeah.
them. I don't have a trailer, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, you want to get them heavy ply ones like what I got on mine.
Yeah, the ones that are specifically designed for the trailer, but mine are actually the smaller style. They're in between. They're an oddball. That trailer must be an oddball.
It could be.
The size are.
Go- Go rent a U-Haul trailer and then swap them out. Take it back with yours on it.
What size are the tires, Ed?
I don't remember right offhand. I've got to look at it again.
They're probably what, 15s at least, wouldn't they?
No, they're not. They're
14.
they're like a 13. Like I said, it's an odd size. It's not the big tires and it's not the smaller tires because that trailer's an odd trailer. It's only 5 foot wide, but it's 10 foot long.
I don't think they make a heavy ply tire for something that small.
I don't think so either.
It's hard to say though.
It'll be all right. One of these days, I'll get me a nice big box trailer.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that.
Did you look at those ones on Kiko's site, Ed, then, or not?
No, I totally forgot about it, but I'm going to.
15's the smallest.
Sale ended Friday,
Right.
but they might still be there. Who knows?
They might still be, yeah. Yeah,
They had a
but I
couple
think
size up there.
I had a what?
Couple different sizes up there.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. 14's the smallest I want to go, lengthwise.
Right.
I'm thinking about a 16 by 7.
16 by 8.
I know a
think
guy
it's
that actually did that.
I think it's 16 by 7 by 6 high. I think is what it is. The one I was looking at from Majestic, I think it is, or whatever that is.
Yeah, but you got to watch. Some of them, the wheel well sticks up 2-3 inches high up off the floor in them.
Yeah, they come inside. They come in this inside a little bit.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying about the 8s. They don't. It's flat deck.
Yeah, because I thought about a 12, and 12 won't be quite long enough not to get 2 tractors in.
Well, you gotta back one on and pull one on so that the front axle goes past.
Right, but I also
Then
got
I have to load mine.
but I also got to get the tow tractor in there too.
Well, you could do even a 12. You could do that. Tow tractor
Yeah,
would still fit.
But I want some room to move around in there.
Well, you're not living in there. You're just hauling the dang tractor.
You never know.
Well, yeah, with you, yeah, I can see it.
If we go to a pool someplace far away, might have to sleep in it.
Motel.
I'm cheap.
I knew you were going to say that.
I was actually looking at the recycling toilets.
Oh God.
Get the V nose. You mount it right up in there. Nice curtain across it.
Oh,
Wow.
jeez.
Don't forget to get the hammock so you can lay in your hammock in the trailer.
And I'm thinking about an air mattress that'll drop down. Platform will drop down from the ceiling. Put the air mattress up in there, and you can sleep up in there.
Oh
Hey,
boy.
we got an old truck over here that with a DD60 in it that runs. You can take that, take the fifth wheel off it, and put a shed on the back and put some ramps and make that your little hotel room with a shed on the back.
Oh no! If we did that, we'd just get a moving van trailer. We'd have the whole setup in there.
Yeah.
Well, that's got the bunking on it. There you go.
Yeah.
Actually, I was actually looking at a video where a guy took an old U-Haul truck, and about the first, it was a 24-foot box, and like the first 6 feet from the back of the cab back, he made a little kitchenette, little cooking area, bathroom. The overhang over the cab is where the bed was at, and then the rest of it was all his toy toter, and you
There
can
you
get them.
go.
You can actually get them titled as RV toters or something like that.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
he was saying, I don't know what state he was in. You can go over the, what is it, 26,000 GVW or something like that, where you have to have a CDL.
Yeah, 2601.
Yeah, you can go over that if you get them titled as a RV toter,
Uh-huh.
because the one he was looking at after he bought the U-Haul was actually a big road moving truck. You know, it had a big cat in it and everything else, air brakes, everything. And he said you do not need a CDL to drive it because it's titled as an RV toter.
Right. Yeah, Mater, that's what toy haulers are nice for, but only problem is toy hauler isn't going to let me put 4 tractors on.
Right. And if you look at a lot of the toy haulers, your cargo area where you put your tractors or whatever becomes living space. So you have to let your stuff sit outside. You can't pull your stuff in
Right.
and still have living space.
Yep.
You could always buy an old horse trailer type that's like a 5th wheel hitch, and they're pretty big.
They're also heavy.
Real heavy.
Yep.
That's all right.
If you're
Lucky
if you're gonna do something like that, just buy an old drag race trailer.
There you go.
So
I haven't seen Lucky pull anything in yet.
No.
No.
there's an old race trailer up the road from me, from where I work at, and it's been sitting there, I know, at least 10 years and never moved. And every time I check on it, they're like, no, it's not for sale.
Yeah.
I think there's actually a car in it.
It could be.
You know, because I've given the old guy my number like 2 or 3 times, but it's actually got a living quarter, like a living quarters in the front.
Right.
I seen it the one day the door was open when I was going by, so I stopped and kind of peeked in. There is it's not a 5th wheel, but it does have like a kitchenette and stuff in the front of it. It's got two heat AC units on the top.
Yep. Well, years ago when all the kids used to go pulling and stuff with us, I had that 28-foot enclosed gooseneck that we loaded the tractors in, and when we come into a pole, we always had a heck of a load on.
As long as you don't catch the disc when you're pulling in and cut a tire.
Oh yeah, like somebody else did.
Yeah.
I still can't believe that.
And then not have a spare.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
No.
please.
No, Mater, I don't know how to put 4 tractors into a toy hauler.
I still laugh at these. I still laugh at some of these full size truck, how they have donuts underneath them.
Yep.
Oh, did Lucky fall over and go boom?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think the wind blew the camera over. Now we're looking at the flag.
Yeah.
Those things are worthless.
Well, that, and I don't think the toy hauler's going to handle the weight either. 4 tractors plus all the weights to weight them up.
Well, they make some pretty heavy duty toy haulers, but like I said, the ones I looked at, it's a kind of a moot point. You have, the sleeping area is actually the toy hauler, the toy storage part, and you gotta.
Yeah.
Some of them's not that way. The ones we stayed in up at Country Fest, it was totally separate. I mean, there's a door between them, but there was no bunks to lay down in them.
Wow.
It was strictly toy hauler.
Yeah.
How long were those though?
They were big. 5th wheel. Had the electric gate on the back.
Yeah.
Some of the places we go in, you may not get that thing in
No.
There's
because of the unevenness.
there was a guy that pulled into the truck stop up by my house at the Dandy. He ran over a curb and punched a hole into his oil pan with his truck. I don't know how in the hell he did that, but he did. Came in, dumped all 10, 11 gallons of oil on the parking lot. Got the truck parked. I don't know how he didn't blow up the engine. But that happened last night on Thursday night. He had a 34-hour reset, and he thought he was going to fix that hole in that oil pan with JB Weld and duct tape.
I've seen people use stranger things.
And he was pouring oil into it when I was fueling up there yesterday. I said, we'll see how far he made it down the road.
Yeah. Yeah, I figure 4 tractors and all the weights. That's over. That's over with all the gear and stuff. That's over 8,000 pounds on there.
Mm-hmm.
I went and saw. I took my brother, not my brother, excuse me, a buddy of mine to go look at a truck. He wanted me to go look at for him. He looked at the truck, said it had too much surface rust on the bottom, and it had about the same amount of surface rust you'd expect for like a 5-year-old trucker would in the Rust Belt. It was an old Ford F-150 4-wheel drive, and the guy wanted $6,000 for it, and it had 33,000 miles on it, and he walked away from it. I said, "You're a fool."
Wow. I know whenever Bo was pulling, and we always drug him and Kaylee with it. In fact, each one of them tractors, we had to stack 200-300 pounds on them just for them to make weight class, to where it was getting down to where it was getting hard to hang any more weights on the tractor for them to weight up.
That was like Kevin when he was young.
Yeah.
Are all the rivers high up in Ohio?
Oh, yeah. We got, I think, over 2 inches of rain. It flooded quite a bit of stuff.
Oh yeah, we got like 3 or 4 inches here, and everything's up.
Yeah. Lucky got a fish there.
I think he's rebaiting.
Oh,
He's feeding the fish, not catching them.
yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Making them grow for next time.
Did you ever check on that grill, Ed?
I asked the one guy if they were still in storage. He never got back to me. I'll check out Monday. I'll check them with him Monday.
Thought you were off Monday.
No,
Thought you was off Friday, Monday, both.
no, just Friday.
Yeah.
It's pretty cold out there to be fishing.
Yeah.
I heard
I
the
actually-
fish are
Oh,
hitting.
yeah?
Morning, Wayne. I didn't see you come in there.
Morning, Wayne.
Needs rain bad. Boy. We've had enough
actually
rain.
I actually get to go take the TT out today. The dealer can't register it till Monday. He's gonna let me take it home today with dealer tags on, so I can go put the tires on it that I want. He wanted to put S-rated tires on. I don't want S-rated tires on it.
Well, isn't that S-rated tire for super fast?
That's what they say, but I ain't putting it on it. I want some all-season tires. I'm not gonna be hot rodding in that thing.
Oh, you're gonna be grandpawing.
You got it.
Off-roading. Gonna be off-roading.
Off-road.
I ain't going off-road in it. I'm gonna have a hard enough time having my father not put on his sunglasses and whistle at 20-year-olds.
Needs a couple of these on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? I might pepper the back window with some stickers.
There you go.
I ain't putting it on my paint though. No, I draw the line. I won't do that. I hate that.
I don't know. Mark's neighborhood kind of blossomed in a bunch of them.
Man, I got every car every car that was in here that day. I missed one car, and that was Kim's. I didn't get hers. Now that you said that, that's the only one I didn't get that day.
It's because they showed up late.
Yeah.
But you're also talking a difference, Ed. His is a pulling tractor. This is the TT Roadster convertible. I'm not sticking stickers on my paint.
No, I put them on the windows.
And I'll put it on the back window. You don't dare put it on the side window. There ain't no hardly any side window in the damn thing.
And then the ones you don't like, you put them right on the windshield, right in the middle.
Yeah, I don't think a cop would like that.
That way they know who did it.
Well, if
Yeah, they want
if they,
the dealers that wanted to put on Yokohama or whatever tires on. I'm gonna put Michelin on it.
Yep.
Yokohama, they're good tires.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sure they are, but not the model he was gonna put on. The one he put on looked like bias ply, like they belong on a Corvette.
Well, that's what the high-speed tires are, man. That's what they're supposed to be.
Yep.
I don't want high-speed tires on it. It's an odd size. It's 245, 45, 17s.
17. That's a little tire.
Yeah. My Impalla's got 17s, but they're 285, 75, 17.
Wow. Yeah, my truck came from the factory with 20s on it, and they're not cheap to replace them ones. My pickup.
Hey, I like my old T100. That just takes standard 235, 75, 15. Same size as the old full-size Chevy trucks and Ford trucks took for years.
Do they even make that tire anymore?
Yep.
240.
I can get 235, 75, 15.
Wow.
245, 75, 16. I buy them a dozen at a time at work.
Wow.
Well, the 235, the 235, 75, 15s. You could buy them in a Michelin truck tire still for about 75 a piece with the 60,000 mile warranty.
Yeah.
No, we're lucky if we get 3,000 miles out of them at work. That's why I buy cheap blems.
Yep. And they don't go fast enough to go anywhere.
It's all the turning. It wears the outside of the front tires out.
Uh-huh. But if the shop maintenance guy was rotating, they would last longer.
Exactly.
No, if the shop maintenance guy rotated them more, he'd be wearing 4 of them out at a time instead of just 2.
There you go.
And it also probably don't help that they slip seat about 50 drivers a month either.
Oh no, every vehicle has its own driver. It's just there's no straight lines on campus. You're always turning. You're always wearing that outside edge off. I've tried rotating the tires. I've tried flipping them on the rims. I've tried everything, and we only average about 3,000 miles.
Wow.
Need to reset the camber on that so the outside of the tire is not touching the ground.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. So
There you go.
yeah.
Morning, lawnmower detective.
They're not going very fast. They'll never notice.
Yeah. Morning, lawnmower detective.
Oh, geez.
No, everyone's not awake yet. Having coffee, trying to get awake.
Looking mighty frosty out there this morning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was looking at that and I was like, oh boy, it's gonna be a cold morning to start.
It's going to warm up fast, though, the weather look like.
Yeah, and then they say what, tomorrow we're 80s again?
70s, 80s, yeah.
It's crazy. Then they wonder why everybody's getting sick.
50s next week and rain.
Yeah.
Myself, I'm thinking about breakfast and seeing my waitress.
There you go.
That's one nice thing about that. I didn't. I thought he was on. My old man, I thought he was going to be on oxygen full time. They said nope, only at night when he's sleeping. He can go without it during the day.
Well, that's a plus.
Oh yeah, he's mad. He's still mad that I spent all that money and it ain't. It's now it's something else. They said, "Hey, shit happens."
Pretty much. But then again, how much of the stuff do you actually believe? They tell these people this and that, and that's like Sandy's mom. They said she only had a week, 2 weeks, and shoot, she went on and on and on for a long time.
But you talk to him, he seems fine. You know, something like the only thing my father ain't mad that I spent the money so much. He's mad that why didn't they screen him for that? Because before they did the operation, instead of just doing the operation and then saying, "Oh, you got it after the fact."
Yeah. Oh Lordy, he's got to work today.
He's got a good point.
Yep.
Right. They should have screened him.
Thanks for stopping in, Lawnmower Detective. He's got to work today. But this COVID stuff's got so many people spooked and so worked up over a whole bunch of really nothing, really. They overlook a lot of things because of it.
Yep.
They're looking for one thing. Oh, you got COVID?
Oh, hey,
Crazy.
they're starting to open up places finally, you know, which is a good thing.
Oh yeah, Indiana and all them, they're wide open. There's no mask, no nothing there.
Well, they're having our fair, the state fair. They haven't said nothing about our local fair, but they're having the state fair this year.
Right. How long's this mess been going on? 2 summers now?
A year.
Last March it started. Last March is when they officially went into crazy mode. So just over a year.
Yeah.
But they said it was here since what, like November or December?
Something like
Yeah.
that.
Because we think that's when we all had it. Was it like in November, the beginning of December?
I think I had it that November. I do. I think I already had it
Oh, we were
just did,
sick. Yep, we were sick as dogs in November.
so wasn't I. The November, yep.
Yep, you're right, Wayne. A lot of people's talked about it.
November of 2019. I was sick. I got sick too. I actually was. I don't know if anybody remembers. I think I was off work for about 2 weeks. I was sicker than a dog.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Wayne, we're not planning on getting any of the shots either.
No, not after that clip that I just seen. Now I don't know how true this clip is, but there was a nurse that went on saying that those shots, once you get the 2 shots, and if you come in contact with a COVID person, that shot will do you in. True or not, I don't know. But she went live on that and put it out there. But the news media, you can't believe exactly what they're saying or posting anymore. So it's hard to say. But we've lost 2 people that we know of in the tractor pulling community that has died from the COVID.
That they say they had.
That they
COVID.
say they had COVID. So
Yeah.
You don't hear of anybody having a heart attack or a stroke and dying or anything.
Oh, believe me.
COVID.
I tell them all. I'm gonna be watching if my old man does go before the end of the year. I'm gonna be watching that death certificate because if they put COVID on there, I'm gonna sue that hospital.
yeah, it's hard to say anymore. You know, the whole thing's went crazy over this. Billions and millions of dollars and everything else spent for this stuff, and it's phenomenal.
If they do put COVID on there, check into FEMA. They're paying for funerals and burials and all that.
Really.
Mm-hmm.
My
Wow.
father's a vet. My father's a vet from Vietnam. His funeral's already paid for.
Not the funeral, just the burial. My
The
dad was.
burial, yeah. But yeah, this whole thing's crazy. Then the schools are complaining that the enrollment and all that's down because they lost so many students. But the schools did it themselves, virtual learning. The teachers didn't want to go back in because of it. Students didn't want to go back in. So they forced them all to virtual learn and buy computers and all this stuff to do it from home. Well, why not continue to do it from home?
Yeah, but wait a second. You know, I don't know. But when these parents say, "Oh, these kids, they're not getting the social interaction. They're not getting this. It's hurting them." Wait, well, what happened to the old Midwest farmers and that back in the 1800s, 1930s when they didn't go to school and the parents raised them? Were they raising a bunch of Nancy pansies now? They ain't great. They ain't.
Yeah, sorry to hear that, Breezy. That's what I'm hearing about the shots. Once you get them, it's triggering other things.
Ooh.
But it's hard to say.
Then
Oh, they're going to have to threaten us with jail. They're going to have to threaten everybody with jail if you don't get it, and take me to jail before I'd even attempt to get that shot.
Yeah, you can't fly or anything now unless you get the shots.
Yep, June 1st.
Yep.
Well, my work isn't making it mandatory, but they're strongly suggesting it. But through the higher education, whatever thing going on, it's going to be mandatory that all students have been vaccinated before returning to campus.
Right. That's what they're doing to Jen and Junior's daughter back here. She's getting ready to go to college, but she can't go until she has both shots.
Mm-hmm.
They're forcing them to do it.
Well, she can get the single shot Johnson and Johnson because they're accepting that because they're actually giving those out at work, to students and faculty and staff.
Mm-hmm.
But I look for it by the next fall. It will be mandatory that we have to have it too.
Well, isn't that Johnson and Johnson the one that they're having all the trouble with?
They revamped it or something, they said. Now they said there's no worries.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff going on about the shots and this and that. You don't know what to believe anymore. You really don't. At the end of the day, it's still an untested thing that they still don't know what the side effects or long term is going to be or anything of that shot.
Any of them.
But they have spent a lot of money for this COVID thing. And everywhere you look, no matter where you go, you drive down the street and it is phenomenal how many help wanted signs you see trying to hire, and people just don't want to go back to work. It's just that simple.
Oh, I was just going to say that if I had $100 for every 10 that I saw, I could quit my job for a year.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
But as long as the government keeps giving out that free money, they're
Wasn't
not
it
going to go back to
Michigan
work.
that wasn't it Michigan or Wisconsin that said this is enough and shut it off?
Yeah, right, Jeff. Don't believe anything. Just do as you're told. Yeah, that's what the government wants you to do, Jeff. But you have a good day with doing that.
Our McDonald's down the road here
Uh-huh.
that used to be open 24 hours. They are so lacking on staff. They actually shut the night shift down for almost a month.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. But the
They're
trucks
offering $25 an hour at the local McDonald's here if you'll work the night shift. Believe it or not, $25 an hour. I'll tell you what, if they would pay me under the table, so it wouldn't, because you got to, with my job, I got to take the 34 hours off by law. I can't work any place. But they would pay me under the table, hell, even 20 an hour. Where's the hamburger? I'll flip a hamburger for 20 an hour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would.
You know, and that's what's phenomenal is these people are putting out pretty decent wages and stuff now, and they still can't get the people to come to work. And
She was already out.
it's funny.
Yeah.
I had $100 for every time we've tried to hire and nobody will answer the phone. They don't show up for interviews, nothing.
They've hired 3 people at her business. All 3 people took their drug test and done this the day of work to start. They never show up.
Oh, I would have notified unemployment immediately. These people are still hired. You know, tell them they can start. Blah blah blah. You notify
They're
unemployment.
on unemployment. They don't have to reveal any of that.
Right. But it's crazy. She's seen it 3 times that they're supposed to start, didn't show up.
Didn't
I
show
turned
up
them into
for
unemployment.
Yep.
They're interviewing right now at work for a groundskeeper, and I bet she's had 8 people through.
Right. Right.
What's AutoZone paying now?
What's that?
What's AutoZone paying an hour now?
Like 15?
Yep. That's what I figured.
Yeah, you're right, Jeff. It's not free money. Everybody that's working's paying that. Well, the others are sitting back eating bombs, watching TV.
I mean, come on, Mark. If I offered you $25 an hour, would you go in the back and flip a hamburger for $25 an hour?
Nope.
If you didn't have a job.
I do way better than that with what I do.
No, you know what I'm saying. If you didn't have a job, you would flip a hamburger for $25 an hour.
Well, $15 an hour, I would still do it because
I mean, if you want the extra money, even if though you do way better, if you had a couple days off and you were bored silly and they said, hey, you want something to do, we'll give you $25 an hour to flip hamburgers, cash money under the table, you'd be like, really? Where?
You know,
what time you want me there?
yeah. But you know, if you stop and you really think about it, if somebody managed their money right,
I do better than that too, but I'm greedy. I'll take the money.
Yeah. I raised 8 kids and I didn't make the kind of money that I make now. But you know what? We never went hungry. All 8 kids dressed like all the rest of the kids. Yeah, our money was tight, but we managed and we still had regular routines and everything. Everything went great. So, and the kind of money that they're paying nowadays, yeah, you're paying more money out for cost of living, grant you, but you could still make it if you managed it right.
But back then, the 5 people in the family didn't have to have the $15,000 or $2,000 iPhones.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
And you had to bring that up.
Hey, the neighbor down the street from me, his wife's a stay-at-home wife. He says he's old school. He's like 42, 43, and his wife's like 35. His wife stays home. He makes $550 a week, and he's got 4 kids. And he says they don't go hungry. He don't have a brand new car sitting in the driveway. He's got a soccer mom's minivan that he bought used that was 3 years old. You know.
Right.
That's
Whenever I started out trucking, my first truck was a GMC snub nose with a small Detroit in it with a twin screw. And I'll tell you what, I couldn't haul a load without breaking down. We worked on that truck day and night. Sandy was out there helping me change rear ends, everything else, and still raised a family, and we did just fine. you know, but
Yeah, you know, it's funny. Everybody picks on that guy I'm talking about, but he admits it. He says, you know, he's missing an arm. He actually has one arm. That's why he works at Walmart stocking shelves. It's, you know, one of the few jobs he can get missing an arm. They want, and they're mad, and they say you could make more money on disability. He says, yep, but I can't do it. Sit home.
right. And you know, people and it pisses me off. People would make fun of a handicapped person, but you know what? They're out there working. They're not sitting there collecting. They're out there putting themselves out there. I give them a lot of credit. You know, to ding somebody for something like that, you know, that person right there, they just need to be taken out there and whooped. I mean, it's it's pathetic.
Exactly. Oh, you know, they pick on him because he gets that earned income tax credit. He admits, he says he thinks it's ridiculous, but he said they didn't give it to me they don't give me that money to buy my kids Nike sneakers, Jordache jeans, and you know what I mean, all this, and flat screen TVs for their bedrooms, iPhones, all that. He said I got 10 grand back a year. You know, he saved I think he said 8 years worth of earned income tax. Put it so he wouldn't have to pay interest on at the end of the year. You know how that goes. And he saved it till he had about 80, 90 grand and paid cash for a house.
Yep.
He has no mortgage payment. So they say, how do you raise your kids on 400 some a month? He said, where'd you live before that? They lived in Section 8 housing. They admit that. I lived in Section 8 housing, saved the money for 8 years. Right before those kids were out of elementary school, I paid cash for the house we're in now.
Right.
So all they got is their gas and electric, their basic stuff every month, and no rent. And their taxes are like $3 grand a year.
Right. Morning, Junkyard.
And those
But
industry people, Mark, go to work every day. They never call off.
Yep.
And the thing is, the government limits how much money they can make per month, or their their medical card gets taken away.
Right.
They want to work, but the government won't allow them to work any.
Exactly.
Not to change the subject, but I want to call Jeff out. Jeff said anything powered by a Detroit ain't worth having. Wrong. The Detroit's one of the best motors ever made, man.
Yeah, you're right. Because
the old two-stroke scavenging turbo with the blower on it, best motor ever made.
Yep. My first Detroit was a 238 Detroit. Wasn't a strong motor, but you know what? It got the job done, Jeff. Kept a roof over my kids' head, food in their stomachs, clothes on their backs. And you know what? I have a 60 series Detroit right now as well. You know, I'm not gonna say that it's not worth having, because I still do just fine.
Oh, I take a DD60, but
if it wasn't for the original Detroits, we wouldn't have any of these muscle cars with the blowers and the turbochargers and all that kind of stuff on them. Because back in the day, when they first started hopping up these hot rods, they took the blowers off the Detroit motors and adapted them to the gasoline engines, and that's where hot rodding started.
Yep.
Isn't it the one that we put the harmonic balancer in?
Yep. Kept throwing harmonic balancer off the front of the motor.
I remember sitting on the top of the motor trying to help him.
Yep.
That's only because they run at 10,000 RPMs.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you twisted them out of the frame, but you know, they did the job.
I agree with them and disagree. Ever since the DD60, the new ones, these DD15s and that are piles of crap.
I can't say that either.
Screaming Jimmy.
Screaming Jimmy, exactly right.
Yep.
Then I went from the 238 Detroit to the 318. That was a head-eating motor there. Then I got up to the Silver 92. I ran a lot of Detroit motors, and I can't fault them. They broke down a lot. But by golly, I got so good at fixing them, I could get it back going real quick.
Shelby.
So how come you don't have a rig with a DD 15 at like a or a DD 16 Western Star?
No. You graduate.
Oh yeah.
Got a guess, Ed.
Yeah, it's Shelby. Hi, Shelby.
Yeah. Hey, you hush.
She gotta go outside. She just woke up.
Yeah, get her out of here. Eddie, get her. Hey, there goes everything off the table.
You just knocked everything off. Come on.
I got one guy mad, but I told him a Western Star is nothing but an overpriced. A Western Star is just an overpriced Freightliner. He said, "No, it ain't. They're owned by Daimler Chrysler. Who do you think makes the Freightliner? Daimler Chrysler. Oh, the Western Star is handmade. Guess what? You're right. The body on a Western Star is a little better, but mechanically, it's nothing but a glorified freight shaker."
Yep. And you are right, Junkyard. That component, that superchargers. Whew. I used to eat a bunch of them turbos up. But that was because of fuel. Too much heat.
Hey,
The biggest problem with the Detroits is they like to mark their territory.
Yeah.
yep,
Yeah.
that's for sure. Hey, but like the original Hot Rodders 4-barrel wasn't the Holly like everyone thinks. It was the Rochester Quadra-Junk.
Yep.
That was the original Hot Rod 4-barrel. They're actually a good carburetor if you get a brand new one that hasn't been screwed with and rebuilt 10 times. They're a good carburetor. But once they need rebuilding, throw them in the garbage can.
Pretty much. That 300 Mac was a good motor too, Jeff. Mac made a good motor, but then again, they've made bad motors.
Yep.
Now the biggest thing was their V8 Mac. That was a good running truck there.
I remember those.
Yeah, that was a stout Mac truck there. But their old Camelback suspension really sucked in them.
Yes.
There's the town of down here, Waverly. They got an old plow truck. I don't even know what year it is. I think it's a 71 or 72 KW triaxle. They only use it to plow with. They call it. It looks like a Sherman tank. It looks like an old army truck, and that's what they put on the side. That's the name of it, the tank.
Right. Well, looks like we're going to have to shut this down. I want to take the wife to breakfast before she goes to work.
Oh, I get to go to breakfast?
Yeah, I'll take you out in public today if you act
Oh.
right.
Oh, geez. I don't know if I can act right.
Don't be acting up now.
Why not?
But, nah, she gets out of hand sometimes.
Hey, I've been really nice to people lately.
Heck no, man. We ain't sending that sun down there. We're just starting to get it up here.
I don't think that's accurate. I think you're the one that acts up.
Nah, not me. She embarrasses me when she
No,
gets mad.
no.
I gotta
I
walk out.
bet you Ed raises more hell than she does.
I don't know about that.
When you get Ed and Mark together, watch out.
Exactly.
You
I
don't
get
know
Look at that shit
what-
eating grin
yeah.
that Mark
See?
has.
Look at Ed.
Mark's got-
here.
Look at that shit eating grin. He's like, yep,
You
yep.
never know what they're going to say.
I'm the quiet person that just stays to herself and I
Yeah.
don't bother nothing.
You guys are full of baloney.
Yeah, you can say it right. Just say they're full of shit, because you can
No,
tell
that's
just the way
it.
he's talking.
That too. What one don't think of, the other one does.
There's been times I got to pull my hat down and like walk out, and Sandy gets going.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah, I can picture.
Well,
I
how's
can
that?
picture Mark if they brought him a hamburger at a restaurant and had 3 inches of mayonnaise on it. He'd probably be flipping out like the ceiling was ready to fall in.
Nah. But all right, everybody, we're gonna get out of here. Thanks for stopping in. Everybody in the chat, good to see you. You guys have a good Saturday, and we'll see y'all later.
We'll see you tonight at 7.
Yep. we're gonna do it again at 7 tonight. Lucky, you better catch some fish. I ain't seeing no fish come out of that water.
And,
So
and if Ed shows up for breakfast, I'll let you guys know how they act today.
no, we got to keep her down. All right, we'll see y'all later. Thanks for stopping in.
See you guys.